Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 28th of September, 2 days before my birthday. I used to love it as a kid, I used to look in my books. I'm having a bad hair day today, so I've stuck a snood on. When I was a kid at school, and I used to look in my exercise books, and I see the date 28th of September or the 29th of September, I used to think, I wonder how I felt coming up to my birthday, if it was coming up to my 9th birthday or 10th birthday. How did I feel? Was I excited? I don't know. Anyway, all the good things stopped after I was 10, so it was a very short childhood. And that's something that I'm going to discuss now very briefly. And it's going to be very brief because I think it's important that you do your own diligent research and don't take my word for what I'm going to be saying about Kiwi Farms and about Keffels, who was the person who managed, along with her cohorts, to get Kiwi Farms taken down from the internet and to manage to get the Russian server to kick them off as well. And I believe it was Vanwatech off there. So when and where Kiwi Farms will crop up again, I don't know. I'm sure that they will, and I hope that they will, because the reason that they were kicked off the internet was not a good enough reason, in my opinion. In fact, it wasn't a reason at all. So I am going to be speaking now briefly as a mother, as a grandmother, and I'm going to speak to your hearts, those of you who are mothers, fathers, adoptive parents, who have nephews, nieces. I'm speaking to your hearts. How would you feel if your prepubescent child was obtaining drugs without your knowledge, without your approval? Somebody at my door. Without your knowledge, without your approval. And these drugs were not only mind-altering drugs, they were hormone replacement therapy drugs. They were drugs meant to help a child become trans, from boy to girl, from girl to boy, to prepubescent boy, post-pubescent boy, girl, to help them become one of the opposite sex. How would you feel? Do you think that's right? That there should be a group of people who are not only promoting these drugs and talking about them quite openly in chats to 12, 13-year-old kids, but obtaining the drugs for them? Drugs that are probably made in somebody's filthy bathroom somewhere, that aren't obtained, that aren't medical standard. And these filthy drugs are being pumped into your child. How would you feel? I don't think that anybody can think that that is the right or moral thing to do. Kettles, the one who got Kiwi Farms taken down, had a whole thread. I never even knew about them before this. And I've delved into it quite deeply, and I suggest that you do. And as I say, do your own diligent research. Don't take my word for it. Kettles had the operation to go from male to female. She's now known as Clara Sorrenti. Clara Sorrenti. And her dead name, her last name, I won't give the whole name, her first name was Lucas as a male. But she's changed. She's now a trans woman, a woman, to all intents and purposes. She had the surgery when she was 18 in the Philippines with the knowledge of her parents. Her father paid for it. And her parents were there with her when she had that surgery to go from being a male to being a female at the age of 18. That was Lucas's choice to become Clara. That was the parents' choice to support Clara. But what about people whose children are doing this behind their backs? Because they're confused. Were you confused at 12 and 13? I was. Not about my sexuality. I wanted to become a nun. Imagine if somebody had taken me up on that and thrown me into a nunnery and had my hair shaved and, manipulated me, coerced me. There's a word, coercion. Coerced me into becoming a nun of the Catholic Church, because that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to hear this voice from heaven telling me that I was worthy of becoming a nun. My one sister became a nun. So at 12 or 13, you have all these strange ideas of what you want to be. You want to fly in space. You want to be a train driver. You want to become a ballet dancer, even though you're 200 pounds and 5'10". But these things pass. The mind matures psychologically at 11, 12, 13, even 18. Your brain is not fully developed. And therefore, for the likes of Clara Sorrenti, Keffels, and her band now, there's a group of people who are helping her in her determination to help people, to help children in their quest to change from male to female. And basically that's what this is all about. Kiwi Farms had a thread on it. They disclosed what was going on. Sorrenti didn't like it. And so she got the support behind her. She raised over $100,000 in a GoFundMe. That's quite apart from money that she's raised within the the lesbian, gay, homosexual, trans community. The money that she's raised there, that I believe is going to help fund the drugs for these 11 12, 13-year-old children who contact her. Kiwi Farms opened up a whole can of worms, and Kettles was the first one out of that can. I'm going to put a link in the description to kickstart your research. I suggest you do research it and see if you're of the same opinion as me. It repulses me. It frightens me. It scares me to think that children are growing up, not growing up so fast, but growing up so crooked because their minds are being influenced by the desires of other people, by predators, both by people who will take an idea from a child and run with that idea. Coercive, manipulative, predatory. One more thing. Keffel said her life was in danger, that she was doxxed, or that she was swatted. The people went to her home, broke in, she had a rifle pointed in her face. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. The police did go to her house. They knocked on the door. She answered the door. There was no rifle pointed at her face. That was a blatant lie. Do your diligent research. And now, of course, she's got funding. She can travel the world. Somebody who's just this minute sprung into my mind. The one who caused damage to young minds, to young people. Why has he just come into my mind? Jimmy Savile. The biggest predator in UK history. Do your diligent research. I'll put some links in the description. That's why Kiwi Farms was taken down. Because of uncovering what was going on with Kettles. Because of discovering what was going on with these children. That's why Kiwi Farms was taken down. I'll be back later and do a more comprehensive video. I'm a little bit busy this morning and got people coming, my grandson, my son. But I will be back later on. And I'd like to know what you think in the comments. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.